Steven here, 501 Parts. I want to do a real quick video on this Suzuki. We typically do the Yamaha four-wheel drive systems, but today we're working on a Vinson, and we wanted to share this with y'all. We had very limited information across the internet on these four-wheel drive systems, and so we started taking stuff apart like we always do. The problem with this machine was the four-wheel drive actuator did not work at all. So we looked to shine a light on this actuator. So that actuator goes on this little, it's just a head of a bolt. And then that turns, this turns counterclockwise for four-wheel drive. It turns clockwise to put the machine in four-wheel drive. Did I say that right? Counterclockwise for 2, clockwise for 4. And this right here goes on it. And the way the system works, when you press the button up there, this turns until it hits this limit switch, which sends, which cuts power. And then when it turns back the other way, it turns until it hits this limit switch, and then it cuts power. So the four-wheel drive system goes from this switch, which we're gonna get to more how to fix that. That was another issue. Goes from that switch to this relay. All the four-wheel drive stuff is right here. To this relay, then that relay actuates, sends power to this motor, turns that, and stops it with those limit switches, just like I said. So this, in here we pull this apart. It's just a plastic worm gear in there. You can take these tabs off right here, open that up, and you could clean that out if you wanted to. And there's some, on this end, we pull this apart. It's just like a mini starter motor. There's some armature in there with some brushes. And I'll take these 3 screws out. The brushes look good. I imagine you may be able to take this apart and clean it up and get it to work. These things are about 350 bucks. I was sure dreading on having to buy one. But the way to test this, I've got a power probe. If you're not familiar, awesome tool. It's not hooked up right now, but when it is, I can hit this button right here, send 12 volt power, hit this, send ground. Super handy tool. So what I did was unplugged this, and I put my ground on the green and powered up the red, and this turned. So I bypassed the entire electrical system by doing that. So I knew right then that this was good, because I originally thought this was bad. So you can do either one. You can ground the red, turn the green. What it does, power 12 volt comes down the red, and the green's grounded in 2 or 4. I'm not sure which either one. Then it reverses on the other way. So green will be hot, the red will be ground. But anyway, that's how you test that. The relay can actually be checked too. I'll show you some blurps out of the owner's manual, not the owner's manual, the service manual that I printed. And then these are the plugs for the limit switches. So it's not that complicated of a system, honestly. You may be able to take this apart. I've been told that this is a window regulator off of a Toyota Denso. I was not able to find one. I didn't look really all that hard. But I can see how you could be able to probably fix this. If it did get water in it, you could take it out and dry it, like I said earlier. Probably could repair that instead of buying another one. That relay, really just be stuck buying another one if that one tested bad. So let's go over here and look at the service manual on this four-wheel drive. So I printed out, this is how everything works. It tells you where the power goes, basically what I just said to you there in layman's terms. Troubleshooting. So what we did, diff does not shift in the two-wheel drive. I did not hear a click. It said listen for a click from the relay. Did not hear it. So no click. I checked the four-wheel drive selecting button, which is over here on this last page. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Four-wheel drive selecting button. So there's 3 wires. There's an orange for O, black for B, blue for BL. So as you can see here, there's 3, and I've took this apart. This normally sets up here on top of the throttle, which, by the way, you have to buy as complete assembly, and it's $155. So you can fix this as well too. You can repair that on your own. Don't go buy a new switch until you do what I'm gonna tell you to do here. So first, check the continuity. You can pull these screws off. When you take the screws out, you'll be able to pull this backing plate off, and you'll see a tiny switch in there with some springs in it. And it has the contacts just like the Yamaha switch. And what I did was take some emery cloth, clean that up. You know what, I'll go ahead and open this up. So this is what it looks like inside there. This groove right here sits down on that red groove on the switch right there, and that pushes in and out. So what you do, got the camera too far forward. What you do is take you a flathead screwdriver, pop those little clips off right there. Be real careful with it. You don't want the springs flying out. Make sure it's in two-wheel drive when you do it, otherwise the spring will fly out. So make sure that this is out flush right here. That's two-wheel drive. Pull this out and you'll see some brass contacts in there. Go ahead and scuff those up with some emery cloth and add some dielectric grease. And that's what I did when I checked continuity per this manual. This switch was faulty. So I looked online, realized this a complete assembly, and I said, no, I'm gonna take it apart and see if I can fix it, which I did. So go ahead and check that. But to check the continuity, what this is telling you is the orange and the black in two-wheel drive should have continuity. A meter is set to continuity. In four-wheel drive, the orange and the blue should have continuity. After I fixed it, they did. So now my four-wheel drive is working on this machine. It did not cost me a dime. So I just wanted to go over that with y'all since it was pretty limited on the internet. Hope this helps.